Okay, so this deck has been calling my name for like 2 days now. I thought I had it up here, but I didn't, and so I forgot about it. And anyway, I remember today. Just these particular cards, which is the Isis Oracle, which is interesting because I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about the whole Isis Osiris thing, but I can't keep it all straight anymore, so who the hell knows? Anyway, while I was on my way up here to take a shower, and halfway up the stairs, I was like, nope, go back downstairs. And so then I got this, and then while I was getting these, which were a little difficult to find, I think, because in the interim, these guys came out and wanted to play. So while I was trying to find these guys also wanted to come out. So I think I'll start with this just because they've been heavy on my mind. Not heavy, but wanting to make themselves present. So just a collective message, nothing. I should probably preface that I have no idea what's happening in the world. I have legitimately tried to stay off of social media for probably the last week, at least. I'm not feeling too well. I think that has to do with a sinus infection, but I know that I've been sleeping a ton and then not sleeping at the same time. It's very odd. Sleeping but not feeling rested, and then really only sleeping like 6 or so hours. Anyway, so I don't know what's happening in the world, so I can't relate anything that comes out to the happenings. But maybe you know something, and I hope you understand. Maybe it'll be a message. I'll just pull all of the cards first, and then I'll go back. This is a fun little box set. These are Atlantis by Diana Cooper. Which is semi-interesting because the Isis cards, I attribute Lemuria branching off to Atlantis, or rather, how do I put that? There were branches from either, from Lemuria, some to Atlantis, and then from Atlantis, then, I think I've said it in some of my past videos, but to Asia, and then to Egypt, or what we know of as Egypt, right? read from the book on these 3 decks, actually. They're not necessarily picture cards. These guys right here, I feel, obviously, time. And then this is a key. It reminds me of the Ankh. And the ball here, the ball here. We'll do Journey of Love. As I was picking those up, these cards came to my mind. So, just one, please. Collective message. 7 minutes for shuffling and just chitter chattering. That's crazy. All right. So, as I said, we have this right here. Card with the cobra and a crown here. And we have that. So, right here. Past life, present power. As the soul grows in service to the great feminine and her intention that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities. Be open to what is taking place as your soul awakens ancient power and abilities to you. It's interesting because, I mean, I know that we've all seen sort of the Schumann, probably the Schumann resonance, but my cards that I pull on a daily, the same ones, the DNA, the ancient wisdom healing, and the medicine guardian keep coming out. So this is exactly, it's saying that. I attribute it to me. My message is integrating the stuff, and stuff that I'm not even aware of, you know. So, ancient power mysteries. So, the Oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words or through what you write. Speak about or stand for symbolically. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice, which is again interesting because this symbolizes to me it's integrity. And we have to be careful with what we think and what we say, because it is powerful. It's so powerful. And me personally, I take it pretty seriously, actually. Pretty seriously. I lost my train of thought. Surprise. So, oh, wow. Okay. We have Metatron and Miracles. There's a little baby down here, which is, I had a dream, was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago, that I was 23 weeks pregnant. I cannot get pregnant, or I shouldn't be able to get pregnant. It would have to be a miracle to get pregnant, but I was 23 weeks pregnant, and I remember the last time that happened, at the time I was in a relationship and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, blah, 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 blah. But it was birthing a new me. Looking back on it, you know, I was able to surmise that that's what it was. So it's interesting when I had that dream, I was like, oh my gosh. So we have 2 Metatrons with Miracles and Divine Intelligence. This, I think, speaks of the King of Wands that we had in the last reading. The one where I was starting to cry. And not, like, there's something here and afoot that is not, we are not aware of as humans in our current capacity. And the best we can do is just go with the flow. I know that sucks. I hate saying it, but I don't hate saying it, but I know it's a struggle. As we integrate. And I don't want to not copy, but I don't want to echo everybody else and what they're saying, because I'm so noticing a lot of that, and it gets really old. But it's nice because we're able to see who is able to come forth in truth, right, instead of just regurgitating stuff. But divine intelligence, it's this, something is being birthed here in miracles that we're not able to see, but will come into a physical being, a physical thing. With the book, divine intelligence, and these rays coming down, that might be what that light is, that integrating into the DNA, the book of knowledge. Well, okay, don't want to say that, but I think you get my point. And then we have education. So again, with divine intelligence here, education and dolphin. This is happiness. I think actually they have it on the back. Yes, card number 43. In Golden Atlantis, a trained priest would examine a child's aura to discover his or her inborn gifts and talents. Oh, look at that. He's talking about that again. Which were then developed. The learning temples were peaceful, quiet places where relaxation was induced by appropriate music and color to open the right brain of the student. And that's this one. The writing and the words that we speak. Then the priest would telepathically impart spiritual knowledge directly into his mind. He or she could also absorb information directly into the third eye from certain crystals, into which higher priests or the magi had programmed specific information. Holy shit. This is all of the cards. Drawing this card suggests that you open yourself to new learnings by relaxing and absorbing information rather than in the old logical structured way. This much is true for myself. Alternatively, it may be time for you to teach others. In this case, draw from your own wisdom, not books. And the key phrase here is open up to learn, then spread knowledge. And then dolphin. There is an adult figure here shining something down or over, which is here too. Okay, and this is card number 9, dolphins. Dolphins came from Earth, from Sirius, to teach humans. They are wise ones who also maintain the vibration of the oceans. In Atlantis, they telepathically imparted guidance, technological knowledge, and wisdom as they swam with people. They still do this at the same time, offering us healing and joy and helping to reconnect us with our soul energy. After the fall, the mighty angels of Atlantis took dolphin bodies and became the angel dolphins. They seek people who are pure and dedicated enough to work with them now. This card suggests that you live lightly and wisely, bringing joy, fun, and laughter into your life. You are also guided to develop your healing abilities, serving your fellow humans and the planet. And it says serve with wisdom and joy. I'm finding that to be pretty beautiful because on the bottom there, it's water. And then the Temple of Poseidon, which I know some will correspond with, or correlate rather with Enki. But okay, here we go. We'll keep going. So we're like little babies. Little babies. Keepers of Light is Hilarion, which is the bottom of this one was Balance. So maybe we should be taking lots of baths. I know I have been, my bath, I'm doing like 2 and 3 a week now. Divine Healing. So we're going back to this card here with the time. So honor your sensitivity, retreat and recharge and heal. Oh, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Oh, that's sweet. This is card number 32. Devotion to the small, which is each little baby step, right? Each the mundane activities ripples out. You see, planting, I guess, a flower, but that energy rippling out farther than we could probably imagine. And tending to the mundane. Let me find my book. Not that one. There we go. 32. Alright, so devotion to the small. She bows. She honors growth. She sees that within the smallest flower there is the teaching of the earth, the gospel of Gaia, the mystery of life demonstrated. She recognizes that she too is of nature. See my Twitter today. And taking pleasure in life, she opens her heart to allow great creation to happen through her. This is the feminine wisdom, alive in men and women with open hearts. There is innate wisdom within you that understands this devotion to the Earth Mother as an important step in fulfilling your spiritual destiny on this planet. She is speaking to you now, letting you know that there is a small change, I guess, happening. Something that is growing within you. Oy vey, what did I tell you? It's 23 weeks from this week. Something is growing within you that you may recognize but not think is so important. Yet she tells you now that it is very significant. Soon you will see that what you thought was a seed to yield a single flower is actually blossoming into a lush garden of manifestation. Gratitude and love for the small changes happening are healing you into fullness that you can only dream of. Enjoy. The message of this oracle for you is that your blossoming is occurring now, and the Earth Mother has gratitude for your presence within her being, for the work you are doing to help other human beings. She asks you to surrender any concern you have to her and let her creative power continue to gently guide you into your rightful place in the world, which we all are naturally, but some people are easily maneuvered off their path. But rightful place in that you may shine as you were born to do, in service to the evolution of this planet. She's helping you now. Trust her. And then the poem here is, a flower is a poem that tells you the truth of a thought and the fragrance of a dream, as fleeting as a heartbeat, as lasting as a memory. You know, the rippling, creating something that is much bigger than you or I could probably conceive. But what a wonderful overall message, huh? We know that we're integrating things. We know that something is happening. I think a lot of us have retreated, kind of spent some alone time. Not kind of, but have spent some alone time. Maybe been a little less, rather, there's a group of us that have been a little bit more reserved, a little bit more pulled back from the overall collective. We've got sirens happening now, so it's very important to do the healing here. Hilarious, but so I think we recognize that there's a pattern there. There's something happening. I personally am not. I'm getting little snippets, like the 23-week stream I had before that. The week before that, I had a surrender dream. Maybe within the other week, I had something else. It's in my whiteboard. I can't remember what it was right now, but I wake up in the dreams and then I write them down here or on Twitter. But I'm getting these little snippets of information, and that's pretty much what I remember from my dreams. I know that I'm waking up pretty tired. My body is aching, but I think that's just part of it. I will note, this is something very interesting. I think perhaps around 2 weeks ago, I was spotting, which shouldn't have been happening. And then this week, so 2 weeks ago from March, I think around 2 weeks, now I'm having cramps like crazy, and I shouldn't be having all of this. So that also helps me personally to understand that there is something outside of what I'm able to perceive entirely, that my body is being affected. The energetic self is being affected. I imagine that it is the coding, the information coming in, and hopefully maybe, I mean, I don't want to think that it's going to take 23 weeks, but maybe in 23 weeks I will feel rested and feeling good and all of that. So anything else I have been noticing, and I think this is not going to really change anytime soon, is that people are becoming so cranky. I admire everyone for keeping their cool as much as they can, and there are some people that aren't even into any of this stuff that are keeping their cool and just recognizing that something is different. And I think it's something that, we should applaud. We should applaud, because humanity as a whole, today I was running errands and I was thinking of Earth and humanity, and I know I've said it before that I consider us one. And so I know I wrote it on Twitter, I said Earth-manity, which made me think of like an earth head and a manatee body, but which is the dolphin, I guess. But I increasingly want to retreat and be alone in my own space, and I'm having a difficult time, even more than normal, articulating and having conversations with people. I can't seem to meet people, even if they're up here, and I just can't seem to meet people whatever level they're on, which is not a comfortable space, but I know that's all part of learning. So those are my experiences. I know that there's so much more, but when I think of them, it's like I'm driving and I think to pop on for a second just so I can remember, but I don't, and then I don't, because the red light has turned green. So hopefully I've shared what I needed to. I don't think that there's much else. I think that we're all just kind of in a serious let's see, I woke up this morning and I was sweating, and so I'm like, it's just a purge. I'm purging. I'm releasing something. I don't know that that's on a personal, probably, or collective, but I know that I have a tendency to take on stuff that I shouldn't necessarily, but I am happy to do to help our cause. Which is, what is our cause? Do you have an idea what your cause is? What your path might be? I'm very dedicated to the earth. I'm very dedicated to humanity. I'm very dedicated to love. I love. And I love, like, I had a coworker, he got married, and it just makes me so happy to see people in love. Even if it doesn't last forever, it's just recognizing in that moment, they're never going to feel like that in that same way, right? It's so unique, that experience with each person you love. And, you know, I probably have a lot of women who hate me because I'm like, I love him and I love you, but I truly do. It's just a different capacity, right? It's like I love love, and I love seeing people in love. I love seeing people in that joy. I know it's easy to take for granted, but I'm hoping with this retreat, maybe people are picking up on a little bit more. It's the green I'm seeing now. Okay, that's it. Bye.